Back in the time before time, in the land of the Great Nile, the sky goddess was pregnant with the seed of heaven, the children of magic. Isis, Osiris, and Set. Even within that womb of blackness, Isis and Osiris already were lovers. So perfect was the mating of their souls. And in that same womb, there was Set, the dark twin of Osiris, twisted and deformed by jealousy. His hatred towards his twin brother served only to magnify his own darkness. In the fullness of time, the sky goddess gave birth to her progeny. Osiris was the brightest of the three. He grew to become a great king, godlike in his wisdom. Egypt prospered and flourished under his guidance. His popularity immeasurable. Even the sun shone more brightly in his presence. But none loved him more than his sister, Isis. And none despised him more than his brother, Set, whose secret heart was filled with poison, bitterness, and hatred. Isis warned her brother to beware of the treachery of Set. But Osiris, containing no evil himself, did not exercise caution. Set invited his brother to a celebratory feast in his honor. Together they indulged in fine food, beverages, and intoxicating music. The mood was pleasant and tranquil, with no hint of the violence which was to follow. With only foul murder in his heart, Set leapt from the table and fell upon his royal brother, in a rage, both wild and implacable. He lifted his axe and cleaved the body of Osiris into 14 pieces, destroying his physical form in such a complete way that even his very soul would never be able to ascend to heaven. He scattered the pieces of the corpse far and wide along the river Nile, where none could possibly ever discover them. The greatness of his brother, now consigned to history. The depth of the pain felt by Isis on hearing of this bloody event is beyond our imagination. She wept for 7 days and 7 nights, After the seventh night, she decided she would cry no more. She dried her tears and resolved to gather together every part of the dismembered corpse, taking as her guide and protector the faithful crocodile god, Sebek. She searched endlessly the furthest, most hidden corners of the Great Nile. And after much time had come to pass, and using all the magical arts and intuitional skills of Sebek, Isis gathered together the fragmented body of her brother Osiris. With every piece she found, she built a shrine and prayed. But even with the divine help of Sebek, she was only able to discover 13 of the 14 pieces of the dismembered body. The penis of Osiris remained lost. And so Isis cut off her own thumb, and from it she fashioned a phallus for her dead brother, and using her own severed thumb as a phallus for Osiris, together they made love, just as they had done in the womb of their mother, the sky goddess. Isis called upon Thoth, the ibis-headed lord of time, to stop time itself. And in that moment of magic, they performed the black rite. This act of love filled the dead Osiris with magical power, just long enough for him to impregnate Isis with his seed, before his soul ascended to heaven, to join the gods in the pantheon of eternal greatness. Nine months later, Isis gave birth to the child Horus, the hawk-headed, the child whose destiny was to avenge his father, Osiris, and assassinate the murderous Set. The bloody war between Horus and Set continued for months. Some say years. In the heat of the battle, Set hurled a thunderbolt at Horus, piercing his left eye. The left eye of Horus was cast into the sky, eclipsing the sun and bringing darkness to the earth. Thoth, the Lord of Time, God of Science, Knowledge, and Wisdom, intervened on behalf of Horus. He restored the true nature of the sun and moon. And since then, the eyes of Horus have always been known as a symbol of the sun and moon. Thoth endowed Horus with magical powers, and he defeated Set, the bringer of darkness. In the heavenly pantheon, Horus presented the head of the slain Set to his father, the god Osiris. The wretched Set was able to rejuvenate himself as a serpent, but could only live beneath the earth, where his darkness could be of no harm. And Isis and Osiris were reunited.